My name is Sky Streeter, and I'm going to be reviewing what I learned in my teaching mathematics course this year. First, I'm going to go over some problem types. The first problem types that we began learning were the joining problems. You have join result unknown, join change unknown, and join start unknown. When you have a result unknown, that means the ending of the problem, the answer, is unknown and we must find it. The change unknown is when the middle part is unknown, but we know the beginning and the ending. And the join start unknown is where we know the middle and the end, but we don't know the beginning. Then we learned about separating problems, and just like the joining problems, there is a separate result unknown, separate change unknown, and separate start unknown. And again, it's the same thing as joining problems, except it is subtraction rather than addition. Then we went over part whole problems, which are when you have a part whole and the whole is unknown is when you don't know the answer to the end of the problem, so we must figure that out. And part whole part unknown is when just one part of the whole problem is missing. Usually when it's in the middle part. We also went over comparing problems. We only went over one of those, and it was the difference unknown, which is um, what the difference of the problem is. Next, I'll go over the counting strategies that we learned. One of the strategies that we learned was counting on, and that's counting on from larger. So the student will start with the larger number within the problem and then count up to the correct answer. So such as 7. So they will start with 7 and count up 4. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and get the correct answer. And counting on from first is when the student counts on from the first number of the problem, such as 9 plus 5. They will start with 9 and count on up from 9, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then counting down is when they start with the first number in the problem, such as 7 minus 5, and count down until they get to the correct answer. So 7 minus 5 would be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And 2 would be the answer. Next, I'm going to go over a few math terms that we learned this semester and were very important. The first one is incrementing, and when you increment, you have a whole number broken down into the part to more of the different the hundreds, tens, and ones places, so it's easier to combine for certain students. So you have 215 plus 525 equals blank. And then so the student will start with 215 plus 500 and go into it being 715 plus 20 and then plus 5, and you eventually get to 740. And then we went over combining the same unit. So this is when you combine numbers with the same place value, such as the hundreds, tens, or ones. So it's the same problem as before. So, but the students would just combine the hundreds, like 200 plus 500, and then 10 plus 20, and 5 plus 5, and you would still get the same answer. Then we went over direct place value, which means a student will direct model by ones or tens. So the problem that we have is Paisley has 4 bags and 10 blocks to put in each bag. How many blocks can go in each bag? So a direct modeler that would do by ones would have 4 groups and do one in each group until they got to 10 in each group, and then individually count each one to get the correct answer. But when a student direct models by tens, they will be able to put a whole 10 within one group and count by tens, like 10, 20, 30, 40. And that is what I learned this semester, and I really enjoyed having this class. I learned a lot, and I look forward to being able to teach math successfully in the future.